Bonjour, bonjour. Comment ça va tout le monde? Voilà. Another PowerCore class. But this one will keep it nice and easy. Hello, still some people coming in. Beautiful. Just join us for this PowerCore. We'll try to keep it quite nice and easy, sort of almost beginner moving up kind of thing, because I think maybe we've got a few people joining here, most probably wanting to return down here south hemisphere in Melbourne. You can already start warm up your wrist as usual. It's a good idea. In the southern hemisphere here in Melbourne, it's kind of starting to reopen. So exciting. So I think some people are just getting back into exercise, preparing to get out. That's it. Hibernation is over. I think we've all had well enough, that's for sure. So shake those wrists, shake those arms, shake those shoulders, shake all the old that has accumulated from that sluggish winter, locked up, locked down, whatever you want to call it. Just not moving, not so good, so you can shake it any way or form that you like. Again, wrists are a good idea to really warm up, and we'll build up nice and slow, so just listen to your body as usual. We'll be working on the core nice and easy, so we'll build up. Whenever you feel that is enough for you, you can just stay at this level. You don't have to take the options up. These are just, upgrades, options that you might want to take as you feel you progress within your practice. If not, that's okay. So we'll come into a nice, comfortable child's pose to start with, extending the arms forward. So you want to make sure that you bring your knees nice and wide, big toes to touch. Ideally, your hips are going to remain with your heels, in contact with your heels, and you can just tenter your fingers and nice and slow, trying to keep that spine nice and straight. Heart, crown of the head is reaching forward, nice and slow. You start walking your arms all the way forward until you can bring your forehead to the floor. Again, heels should be touching with the hips. Just taking a few breaths here. You can keep your palms flat on the floor, or maybe tenter your fingers if you want a little bit more lift under the armpits, drawing the shoulder blades in towards each other so that you can feel an opening already into the chest, the collarbones, lengthening into the spine every inhale, softening every exhale. So anytime during the practice you feel this is too much, this goes too fast, this is your blissful pose to rest. You can skip one round, you can maybe pause the video, come in this pose, take a little rest, catch your breath, feel into the body. If you're a little bit more fit, you haven't lost everything over the winter, you can just keep going. You might not need that, or just keep it for the end, but that's always a pretty nice one. And then we'll come onto our all fours. So just take a moment here. Again, we'll go through some really basic alignment for those who are returning. If you have forgotten, just to make sure that you return into your practice with a really good foundation, not hurting yourself, so that you can keep going and enjoy the summer. So this is a really good pose to feel into the shoulders, the alignment with your hands. So your index fingers should be parallel to each other. So nice and easy to check that. So try to really spread your fingers nice and wide so that you press the knuckles of the hands, and especially the index knuckle, into the floor. So check this alignment. Index are parallel to each other. And you want to really draw your shoulder blades down, relax the shoulders, keeping your arms nice and straight. So you should be feeling those shoulder blades going down so that you feel the lengthening into the spine. So you're slightly leaning forward. Pretty much your shoulders should be just above your knees, most probably. And then you can come into that tabletop pose, coming forward. You can bring your knees hip-width distance apart, so just under your hips. You should find your shoulders just above your wrists, and we'll just take a few cat and cows to really warm the spine. So as you inhale, you can arch into your spine looking up, and as you exhale, rounding into the spine, looking at your navel, taking your tailbone under, breathing in through the nose, lengthening into the front of the body. Nice easy compression into the spine, and as you exhale out the nose, navel in towards the spine. See if you can feel that push into the earth from your hands all the way down into the back of the heart. Inhale, dropping your heart, navel towards the floor, drawing your shoulder blades in towards each other. And as you exhale, push your hands into the floor, reach up to the sky, separating the shoulder blades, tucking your tailbone under, maybe a little bit more. We'll take one more, maybe going a little bit deeper. If you feel you can go a little bit deeper, as usual, only going as far as comfortable for your own body, recognizing where you're at, being at ease with that. And then nice and slow, you're going to walk your hands forward, so don't lose this alignment with your hands. Your index finger should be aligned with the outside edge of your shoulders, so your hands are just a little bit wider than shoulder width. You tuck your toes under, and nice and slow, you can start to lift your knees. Keep pushing your hands into the floor so that you reach your hips back, bringing your forehead close to the floor. Still having a soft bend into your knees, so we take it nice and easy to start into this down dog. So you can maybe start straightening one leg, bending the other a little bit more. So start walking your dog. Your feet are hip-width distance apart. Nice and easy, soft bend into your knees as you start straightening one leg at a time. Doesn't need to be completely straight. If not, that's fine. To start to feel how this moves into the hips, the lower back. And again, you want to make sure that you press your index fingers into the floor. So you want to think of rolling your forearms inwards, bicep outwards, so that you broaden into the shoulder blades. And then nice and slow, keep pressing your hands into the floor, bend into your knees, coming back to the center, looking forward between your hands. Nice and slow, we're going to take a little step, half steps all the way to the top of the mat. Feet can be together or maybe slightly apart, hip distance apart, so that will be just about 2 fists wide. I'll get there. And nice and slow, soft bend into your knees, keeping your head nice and heavy, shoulders relaxed, arms are nice and heavy. As you inhale, you can start to roll your spine up vertebrae by vertebrae. Just really let your arms, head hang down so you round the spine just like when we were doing the cat and cow. And you start stacking vertebrae by vertebrae, pushing your heart, back of the neck all the way up to the sky. And then stacking your shoulders, head, and you reach your arms up. Palms together over your head, maybe looking up if that feels comfortable. And as you exhale, you release, hands back down to your heart. So we'll start to get some movement, nice and easy. As you inhale, reach your arms up. See if you can lengthen into the front of the body. So think again, maybe this cat and cow. Almost the same as you exhale. You're going to round, keeping your knees bent as much as needed, fingertips to the floor. Nice and slow, you're going to step back, right leg, left leg, plant your hands. Try to get the same alignment that we had before we move into the plank position. So plank position, if it's too much, you can always bring your knees down. Otherwise, don't forget this is PowerCore. So we work on the core. So we start strengthening. You can hold there whilst I give the instructions. You can also smile if you like the instructions. If you don't like the instructions, that's okay. Just keep smiling. It's all good. So really trying to strengthen into the body. So alignment here is that your shoulders are over your wrists, and you want to make sure that you don't dump your shoulders, otherwise you're going to hurt your lower back. So really activating into the core. So we're going to push that navel in towards the spine, just like if you were tucking your tailbone under, and you want to make sure that you protract your shoulders. So again, you push the back of the heart right up to the sky, and then nice and slow, we'll take an easy vinyasa. So you can bring your knees down, release the abdomen down, arching into the lower back. You can start to bend into your elbows, bringing your chest, maybe even forehead to the floor, and then releasing all the way down onto your abdomen. You point your toes, relaxing the back of the legs, glutes. Nice and slow, the inhale, use your back muscles, point your elbows back. Again, you keep drawing your shoulder blades down, lifting your heart, looking forward, and as you exhale, you release, just doing what you can, tucking your toes under, hip width distance, pushing onto your hands, reaching your hips back and up. Again, you want to feel the lengthening from your index finger all the way to your hips, lengthening into the spine, back is nice and flat. You lift your knees and you find your down dog, Adho Mukha Svanasana, soft bend into your knees. We'll take a few movements here so you can again walk your dog, bending one knee after the other. You might notice that slowly you start reaching your heels a little bit closer to the earth. If not, that's okay. Maybe you can start shifting your hips slightly one side, trying to keep your shoulders nice and squared as much as possible, so don't lose the length from your index through the shoulders into the upper back. So really pushing your hips, lower back, tailbone right up towards the sky, coming back to the center, and then nice and slow we take again little steps to come to the top of the mat. Slowly rolling your spine up, vertebrae by vertebrae, rising all the way up, palms together. Exhale, you release. Hands to your heart. Take a breath here before we start to get moving. So we're going to start to get moving with some pretty basic poses, and then we'll continue adding onto it, adding some pace. So make sure you keep the breath slow, soft and deep. Whenever you lose the breath, that's a good indication that you need to slow down. So again, child's pose if you need to take a rest. As you inhale, sweep your arms up. Exhale, folding forward, bending the knees as much as you need, fingertips to the floor. As you inhale, flat back, halfway lift, lengthen. See if you can lengthen into the legs, the spine. If you need to bring your hands on your shins, that's fine. Back is nice and flat as much as possible. As you exhale, you fold, and you can step your right leg back. Coming up into a high lunge, try to keep your front knee right above your ankle, soft bend into your back knee, hips are nice and squared, rising up, arms up. You can start to re-straighten your back leg if you feel comfortable, keeping your hips nice and squared. Nice and slow as you exhale, you release. Plant your hands, again pay attention to your hands. You step back, chaturanga, the plank position, nice and strong. And we'll take a little vinyasa. Again, you can bring your knees, chest, forehead, arching into the spine. So that's your easy vinyasa. If you start, again, the practice, point your toes as you inhale, lift your heart, keep pointing your elbows back, drawing your shoulder blades down, away from your ears. Exhale, you release, tuck your toes, push back, reaching your hips back and up, down dog. Then nice and strong onto your hands, shoulders are squared. Plant your left foot down into the floor nice and strong, and as you inhale, you can raise your right leg, keep your toes pointing down. You try to keep your hips nice and squared as much as possible, reaching back. Nice and slow as you exhale, you're going to bring your knee to your chest. See if you can stay into a down dog position. So just bringing the knee to your chest. And as you inhale, you reach back. As you exhale, knee to chest and coming forward over your wrists, with your shoulders over your wrists. And nice and slow control movement. You step forward right between your hands, keeping your left hand into the floor. See if you can drop your hips down. So keep bending into that front knee right above your ankle. Inhaling, reaching your right arm up, finding a nice little twist. And as you exhale, you release, planting your hand, framing your front foot, stepping all the way forward. Inhale, flat back, lengthen, realigning the spine. And as you exhale, you fold. Inhaling, rising all the way up, pressing your feet into the earth, reaching to the sky with your fingers. Exhale, you release right down to your heart. And we keep moving. Ujjayi breath in through the nose, reach out and up, lengthen into the front of the body. And as you exhale, soften over your legs. Again, you can keep your knees bent if you need to. Inhale, lengthen, energize through the spine. Exhale, soften, you fold. Left leg back. We take the other side, so rising up nice and strong. So you press your right foot into the floor, rising up. Again, taking the time to adjust with your back leg, hips, shoulders are nice and squared. You reach up to the sky. Take a deep inhale, lengthen from your hips to your fingers. And as you exhale, you release. Plant your hands. Careful attention to your alignment. Stepping back into chaturanga. Now, slowly we're going to start building up. If you can go further, keeping your body nice and strong into this chaturanga. You bend into your elbows, coming slightly forward, and you point your elbows back, lowering all the way down, releasing your toes. Your hands should not be moving. And as you inhale, lift your heart. Maybe moving into full Bhujangasana if you feel you can take it, straightening your arms, relaxing again into the shoulders. Maybe even looking up, arching into the spine, and as you exhale, you release, mindfully rolling your spine down, tuck your toes under, pushing back onto your hands, reaching your hips back and up, and we take the other side. Left leg up, reach back, making sure that your top body is not moving as much as possible. As you exhale, knee to chest, inhale, reach back. As you exhale, knee to chest, coming forward, shoulders over your wrists, stepping forward between your hands. Plant your right hand, drop your hips, lengthen from your back heel all the way to the crown of the head. As you twist, reaching your left arm up. See if you can open through the chest. And as you exhale, you release, framing your front foot, you step forward. Inhale, lengthen, halfway lift. Exhale, you fold. Inhale, rising all the way up. Press your feet into the earth. Palms together. So we're going to get going. Exhale, you release. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, folding forward. Inhale, deep breath in, lengthening into the spine. Exhale, we fold. Right leg back, rise up. So we'll just take one breath. And as you exhale, we're going to open out in Warrior 2. Spin your back heel down, 90-degree angle. Relax into the shoulders. Keep bending into your front knee. Flipping your front palm nice and slow. You're going to just reach forward a little bit. As you inhale, you reach back, reversing your warrior. Nice and slow. As you exhale, windmill your arms down, planting your hands down. And if you can go a little bit further, planting your right hand, turning onto the ball of your back foot. Maybe all the way around to the outside edge of your foot, turning your left toes out. You can even bring your left foot to your hip, reaching your left arm up. If you can go all the way for the side plank, stacking your feet nice and strong onto that right hand. Keep the smile going. And as you exhale, you release. Plank pose, coming onto your toes, lowering all the way down. Point your toes. Inhale. Lifting up into your cobra. Look up. Now pay attention, nice and slow. If you don't have any back issues, you can tuck your toes under. Use your core, navel up towards the spine, straight into your down dog. Inhaling, right leg up. Bend your knee, stack your hips. If you can start to open up into the hip, making sure you keep your shoulders nice and squared. As you exhale, you're going to bring your right knee to your right elbow, coming forward. See if you can touch, squeeze your core. Inhale, stretch it long. Exhale, step forward. Coming onto your fingertips, reaching crown of the head forward. See if you can reach your arms forward. lengthening from that back heel, and then we're going to come to stand onto that right leg, reaching forward, passing through a little warrior 3, coming all the way up. See if you can keep standing onto that right leg, and you extend your left leg forward, arms right up to the sky, and as you exhale, you release. Hands together in front of your heart, foot down, and we take the other side. Inhale, lift up. Exhale, soften forward. Keep working with the breath. Inhale, lengthen, deep breath in, filling the lungs. Exhale, empty. Left leg back. Rise up, high lunge. Just one breath here. As you exhale, you open out, warrior 2. Don't lose that front knee. Taking a moment to relax into the shoulders, finding that stability into your legs. You flip your front palm, just lean slightly forward, so you bend your front knee. Keep that bend as you inhale, you reverse, lateral stretch. And as you exhale, windmill your arms down, plant your hands, working to your side plank. Choose the version that suits you. Foot stays maybe forward by your hips, rolling onto the outside edge of your back foot, right arm up, maybe stacking your feet. And as you exhale, you release. Passing through chaturanga, lowering down, nice and strong. Keep pointing your elbows back. Now we can take up dog. So maybe staying onto your big toes, inhaling, rolling over your big toes, and you reach your hips forward. The legs are not moving. Heart forward, broadening into the shoulder blades, collarbones. And as you exhale, use your core, reaching your hips back. Stretch back. Now, optional, you can maybe jump forward as you look forward, bending into your knees. So either walk or jump, little hop, all the way to the top of the mat, lengthening into the heart, halfway lift. And as you exhale, you fold. Inhale, rising all the way up, palms together. Exhale, you release. So we'll add a little bit onto it, bending into your knees, Utkatasana, reaching your arms up. As you exhale, folding forward. Inhale, lengthen, halfway lift. Exhale, you fold, stepping your right leg back, rise up. So we'll just take one breath, one movement, just repeating what we've done. Exhaling, opening out, warrior 2. Flip your front palm, your reverse. Side plank, planting your right hand. See if you can keep your left arm up. Maybe keeping your left foot off. Leg is lifted, reach up. And then you can take a vinyasa, nice and slow. Exhaling down, inhale, cobra or up dog, so just do what you can. Exhale, reach back, down dog. Now pay attention, do what you can. We're going to come to a sit, so you can either walk or jump to the top of the mat. Taking a little squat, reaching your hips down towards your heels, so you might need the help of your hands. Otherwise, see if you can keep your arms forward, and we're going to come down into a sit as gracefully as you can for Navasana, both pose. So see if you can keep your arms nice and straight. You can lift your heels, stay onto your tippy toes. If you can go further, you can lift your legs parallel to the floor. If you can still go further, you can reach your legs nice and straight. Make sure you don't collapse into your lower back. And then nice and slow as you inhale, we're going to move into Ardha Navasana, keeping your feet, shoulders off the floor. So you can, if you need to keep your knees bent, you can release all the way down. Otherwise, nice and strong, navel in towards the spine. And then releasing your shoulders down, bending into your knees. Hug your knees. We'll take a little rock back and forth until you can come into a squat again. So feet flat as much as possible. Take some momentum and come up, back into your chair pose. Reach your arms forward and up. Deep inhale, and as you exhale, fold forward. Inhale, lengthen, halfway lift. Exhale, we fold. Other side, left leg back. Rise up on an inhale. Reach your arms up, magnetize your feet. Exhaling for your warrior 2. Flip your front palm, inhale, reverse, don't lose that front knee. Exhale, windmill your arms down, plant your left hand, maybe right arm still up, moving straight into your Vashisthasana, side plank. Now this time as you exhale, you release, right hand down, lowering all the way down to the floor. Point your toes, point your fingers, Shalabhasana, so we're working on the other side of the core, always forgotten this one, toes together. And as you inhale, you lift your legs using your back muscles. So use your glutes, lower back, chin on the ground, you lift your legs as high as you can, keep pointing your toes, keep pressing the top of the hands on the floor, one more breath. And as you exhale, you release. Hands under your shoulders, tucking your toes under. Inhale, push up into Chaturanga. Exhale, reach back, down dog. Oh. Again, bending into your knees, you look forward and you can walk or jump. Little hops, your choice. Inhale, lengthen, halfway lift. Exhale, you fold. Bending into your knees, Utkatasana, reaching your arms up. Exhale, folding forward. Inhale, flat back, halfway lift. Exhale, you fold, plant your hands. You can walk back or jump back if it's within your practice. We'll take a vinyasa, lowering down. Inhale, cobra or up dog, rolling over your big toes. Exhale, reach your hips back. Use your core. Inhaling, right leg up. Bend your knees, stack your hips. Nice and slow as you exhale to your right elbow. Inhale, stretch back. Exhale, step forward. Rise up, high lunge. Opening out, warrior two. You flip, you reverse. Now this time as you inhale, straightening your front leg, stay reversed. And as you exhale with your leg nice and straight, you're going to reach forward with your right arm. Reach forward, 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 forward. So we take Trikonasana. See if you can keep reaching your left arm up. Nice and slow. You're going to look forward, rebend into your front knee. Coming forward for Ardha Chandrasana. Half moon pose, so a little balancing onto your right leg. And then slowly releasing left foot down, left hand down. Inhale, flat back, halfway lift. Exhale, you fold. Bending into your knees, Utkatasana, reaching your arms up. Exhale, folding forward. Inhale, lengthen, halfway lift. Exhale, you fold, planting your hands, walk back, jump back. We take a vinyasa. Inhale, look up. Exhale, stretch back. Taking the other side, left leg up. Bend your knees, stack your hips. As you exhale to your left elbow. Inhale, stretch back. Exhale, step forward. Rise up on the inhale. Exhale to open out. Reverse. On an inhale, take an exhale here. Next inhale, straighten your front leg. Keep reaching back with your left hand. And as you exhale, come forward, trying to keep that hip reaching under. Little triangle pose, just passing through, opening through the chest. Looking forward, bending into your front knee. We move into Ardha Chandrasana. One step or little steps. Still opening through the chest. And then releasing, setting your hand, foot down. Inhale, lengthen, halfway lift. Exhale, you fold. Bending into your knees, Utkatasana, reaching your arms up. Exhale, you release. Plant your hands, walk back or jump back. Chaturanga, lowering all the way down, nice and slow. Again, releasing, feet, hands, pointing back. Now this time, using your whole backside as you inhale. You lift your legs, you lift your chest, you lift your hands, you lift everything that you have. See if you can keep the neck a little long. And then bringing your hands under your shoulders. Keep your feet up. B version. Keep reaching your elbows, shoulders back, lengthening into the neck. Tucking your toes under. Keep the body nice and strong. And as you inhale, you press your hands, lift up into chaturanga. Exhale, reach back, down dog. Inhaling, right leg up. Nice and slow, we're going to move forward. Right leg, rising up, high lunge. Now this time as you exhale, hands in prayer position in front of your heart. Lean forward. And as you inhale again, see if you can lengthen from your back heel so you stay high onto the ball of your back foot. And as you exhale, we're going to take a little twist, hooking the elbow on the outside of the knee. Keep pressing your palms together. Twisting into the body from your hips, lengthening from your back heel to the crown of the head. See if you can look up. And then slowly, you're going to release. Left hand to the floor. We can take a little Vashisthasana, side plank. Rolling on the outside edge of your left foot, right arm up. As you exhale, you release. We take a vinyasa, back to center, lowering down on the exhale. Inhale, cobra, up dog. Exhale, stretch back, down dog. Left leg up. Nice and slow, you step forward. Rise up, high lunge. Exhale, hands in prayer position. Again, lean forward. Inhale, really lengthen from that back heel, nice and strong onto your legs. And as you exhale, you take your little twist. See if you can press your hands, pressing this elbow onto the knee so that you lift through the collarbone. Lift your heart. Look up. One more breath. And as you exhale, optional, you can take another Vashisthasana, side plank. Exhale, you release. Last vinyasa, lowering down. Inhale, cobra, up dog. Exhale, stretch back, down dog. Ooh. Again, we're going to bend into the knees, coming into a little squat, walking, jumping forward, lengthening into the spine, halfway lift, bending into your knees, reaching your arms forward. So we'll do that again. Now this time, see if you can do that with a big smile, keeping your arms up, sitting back, nice and graceful. Legs up. Do what you can. If you need a little support, that's okay. If you can straighten your legs, that's beautiful. Just making sure that you broaden into your collarbone so you're not collapsing into the lower back. You keep reaching up, and then slowly as you inhale, Ardha Navasana. So feet, shoulders stays up the floor. You keep activating into your core. And as you exhale, see if you can come up. Inhale, lower. We'll take 3 more like this. Exhale, come up. Inhale, lower. Keep smiling. I know you love this one. Just adjust to your own ability. Last one. And then you release. You can bring the sole of the feet together, interlacing your fingers around your feet, lengthening into the spine. So we're going to release from that pose into the lower back. You can stay there, maybe flapping your wings, releasing into the hips, lower back. Try to keep your spine nice and straight as usual as you inhale. See if you can grow a little bit taller. As you exhale, you relax your shoulders, you relax your hips, you relax your knees. We'll take a few more breaths. If you can go a little bit further, you don't have any lower back issues, you can exhale and start rounding into the spine. Try not to pull too much. Some people might have the ability to bring the hands under the legs. If you can fold a bit further forward, so you might need to move your feet slightly forward. And just rounding into the spine. Take a few breaths here to start to wind down. In through the nose. See if you can feel the expansion into the backside of the body. As you exhale, you soften. And then on your next inhale, slowly coming all the way up. And you're going to lean back. We'll just take a little Back bend, bringing your feet hip-width distance apart. Hands by your side, palms facing down. And as you inhale, you lift your hips, pushing your feet into the earth. Maybe interlacing your fingers under your lower back, rolling your shoulders under. Lift your hips, arch into the spine, keeping your knees right above your ankles, and see if you can press your pinky fingers onto the floor. So see if you can keep the pinkies together, just like a sort of a mudra, the pinkies touching together. So all fingers interlaced except the pinkies, so that you can press your pinky finger into the floor, pressing your arms, shoulders. So you're rather on your shoulders, not so much into the back of the neck. And very slowly you can roll your spine down, keeping your palms pressing together, fingers interlaced. You can roll your back down onto your arms, buttocks on your wrists, maybe sort of the feet touching. If that feels too much, you can extend your legs. Otherwise, just stay there for a moment. So this is pretty good to kind of massage a bit the forearms, wrists. Good release into the shoulders. If you feel this is too much, you can just release your hands. Otherwise, we'll take a few more breaths here. Letting the hips open. And then slowly releasing the grip of your hands. Releasing your whole spine, buttocks down. You can extend your right leg. Left knee to your chest. We'll just finish off with a little twist. You can extend your left arm out in T shape. And just very gently bringing your left knee out to the right as you exhale. Taking a little pause before you go all the way down. Inhaling to lengthen from your right toes through the leg, through the spine. Again, crown of the head up, growing the spine nice and tall. And as you exhale, just soften into your twist. We'll take a couple of breaths here. You can already close your eyes. Just noticing the heart rate, the breath slowing down. And gently inhaling, coming back up. Nice and slow. You can extend your left leg. Taking a moment to readjust your hips. Bending into your right knee. We'll take the other side. Inhaling, knee to chest. Exhaling, nice and slow. Take your time. We've got a few breaths here. So every inhale, you lengthen into the spine. Every exhale, you just soften. Knee doesn't need to touch the floor. You just want to make sure that your spine is nice and long. Shoulder blades in contact with the floor. You just ease into the pose. Last breath. You can keep your eyes closed, nice and slow as you inhale back to center. Extending your leg out. Again, you can take a moment to make sure that you adjust your body back to center. We're going to take Shavasana just a few minutes. So I really encourage you to stay for longer, probably 5 minutes, at least 3 minutes for such a practice. It's a bit of a strong practice, so it's primordial that you relax the body after such a strong practice. So ideally you want to take 5 minutes, possibly 10. So if you want to switch off everything, take your time, just enjoy that blissful rest. to let the body recover from the strong practice. So I've shown you the Shavasana pose, relaxing without anything, so that you can really see the pose, completely relaxed. So very important to do this pose. Don't think that you need to rush again. You have enough movement already done now in your system. So now is the time to relax. Take those few minutes. It's so important. That really seals the practice in. So you find again that Shavasana, nice and relaxed. Make sure that you stay warm. So put a jumper. You see I've already got a jumper on to stay warm, or also even you can use a blanket. Cover yourself, very important, especially if you've been sweating quite a bit. You're cooling down, you might get cold. You don't want to get cold, you want to be really comfortable. This is where the really healing state comes into play here in Shavasana. So take your time, even 10 minutes, as I mentioned, can be really good. At least probably 5 is a good idea to really relax, feel whatever you might feel into the body. Notice your state of mind, the body relaxing, just enjoy it, maybe even lose yourself into, a sort of floaty state after all this good workout, and you relax. And that's it. So take this pose, relax. I hope you enjoyed, and if you liked it and you want more, you want to continue to advance into your practice, please make sure that you subscribe to the channel, Yoga Essence Sanctuary. Hit the like button, share the video, and I will continue to provide some more videos and share all these yogic healing techniques. So very grateful to have you on, and very grateful also to everyone who has already donated to make these videos possible, so that, supporting me for all the equipment, my time, just as a good energy exchange. So that's always good. And I hope to see you soon in the next video, or maybe even live somewhere. Until then, just relax, take your Shavasana, enjoy for as long as you want, and see you on the next video. And don't forget to say yes to yoga. Bye bye. À la prochaine, au revoir.